Hi, Geminis. Welcome to your weekly forecast from November 25th through December 1st. We're going to see what's going on with this week with this deck here, and then we're going to pull a blessing and manifestation message for you with this deck here, because if you don't know, the new moon's an excellent time for manifesting. We're going to jump right on in, Gemini, and see what's going on for our Gemini friends, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. As always, those of you, if you really like the cards, if you think they're beautiful, if you're drawn to them, I always credit the decks in the description of the video. I always list which deck that they are. I'm all about sharing decks and, you know, the different cards. So if you're curious which cards I used, I always have those linked. Let's go ahead and see what's happening. Here's your Monday, Tuesday. Your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my darlings. Alrighty, so Gemini, let's get right on in there. Monday, Tuesday, we have, bear with me here, we have Ace of Hearts, and it says love. What a wonderful way to start off your Monday, Tuesday. It says love. So, couple of things here. Keep in mind, love is going to come in all different kinds of forms, all different kinds of ways. This card has a special meaning for me in my readings, and I will explain that to you. It's a really good sign, because some of you are like, love, yeah, right, you know, there's no love right now, unless they're going to fall from the sky. So I'll explain that for you as well. I will say, for those of you who are new that don't usually watch my videos, the weekly forecasts are usually around career, money, spirituality, family situations, all that good stuff. And I usually do the love and romance separate, and I link the video in the description. But when it comes up, we talk about it. So it's coming up here right off the bat, Gemini, for you all. So as we're coming into the new moon energy on the 26th, some of you might really be putting that energy out there, and you may be manifesting some kind of a new love or more love in an existing relationship. You may be manifesting positive changes in your love life. But the reason why this card is very special for me, Ace of Hearts or Ace of Cups or Ace of Water, is because for me, I've seen over the years in my readings, it's a way of spirit basically saying or telling me that the person that I'm reading for, you're overcoming this really long time block where you were going through this same pattern again and again and again. Like, you kept dating the same kind of person, or you kept having the same problem happen in the relationship over and over and over again. And you just got to this point where you're like, you know what, universe, like, enough is enough. I have learned my lesson. You know, I know now why this happened. I'm done with this pain. I don't want to feel this way anymore. I've learned my lesson, never again, right? So we come into this new contract with the universe where we say, you know what? I've learned my lesson. I know how to protect myself. I'm not going to make this mistake again. And when that happens, the universe says, awesome, amazing. Gemini no longer needs that pain to wake them up, or they don't need us to light that little fire under their butt to get them moving. Like, Gemini is ready now to learn from happiness, to learn from joy, to learn from positive experiences, to learn from, you know, blessings and just good things happening. So when I see this card, it tells me things are about to turn around for you, so that when you do have those, you know, karmic lessons or life lessons, things come in, you're going to experience the positive side of karma. You're going to receive the positive side of lessons. You're going to receive that redemption, that validation, that success, that joy, that happiness. So this is a really big shift that happens. So it might not happen, you know, it might not fall in your lap first thing when you wake up Monday morning or by the end of Tuesday, but understand and know things are shifting in your favor, or things are beginning to shift in your favor in the beginning part of the week. And it will most likely, Gemini, for you be an ongoing theme through this new moon cycle, this new moon in Sagittarius that's going to be occurring. Some of you could have some new love coming up. Okay, that could be that could be a possibility too. Some of you might be meeting someone, or being offered a relationship, or being offered to get to know someone in the beginning part of the week. These are general readings, my darlings, so the energy is going to come in different ways for different ones of you. Your next card here is Page of Angels or mysticism, okay? And this is very much going to have to do with the realm of thought. But this is also a card for me having to do with speaking your truth and being in your voice. You know, there's an inquisitiveness that comes with this card, researching, learning, want to know all you can about something. Some of you might be coming into your energy of, you know, getting more connected with your spiritual side or your own mysticism. Some of you might be really picking up more on your messages from your guides and from your angels. And some of you might be, you know, doing what sometimes we refer to as coming out of the mystic's closet, you know. We've heard it been said somebody's coming out of the witch's closet. Not everybody identifies as a witch, you know, so mystic's closet, witch's closet, tarot closet, whatever it might be, you might be coming out of a closet, okay? So whatever kind of closet it might be. And for some of you, it may have to do with your spirituality or your spiritual beliefs. If that is the case, I feel it's going to more so, Gemini, be around those of you who are feeling guided or spirit has been showing you that you're kind of meant to go into a spiritual career or a spiritual path. I did what I did in secret for a very long time because of my upbringing, because of my family. They were not about it, let me tell you. That is an understatement. And then it got to a point where it was on there. It was on the internet. People were finding it. People were seeing it. And so it was like, you know, it you know, cover blown, right? So something like that might be happening for some of you where you're like, okay, you know, I'm being guided to do this and I'm just gonna let the people in my life know that this is what I'm doing, this is what I believe. So there could be some kind of revelation happening for some of you in that way. Some of you are just beginning to discover your psychic gifts and abilities in a way that you had not anticipated or expected. And so it might be a very pleasant surprise for some of you. Some of you have been really trying to wake up those gifts in you for a long time, and you're going to see in the beginning of, in the middle of the week that, oh wow, it's really starting to happen, or it's really starting to come in. That's a very exciting time, my dear. So I invite you to read, I invite you to meditate, I invite you to pray, and just, you know, be patient with yourself. Let it develop in time. It's not a race. You know, you don't have to get it all down in like one day. Just be patient with yourself, because you're going to be finding that you're receiving these communications from spirit for many of you. Next, my darlings, for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have Five of Hearts. And this is listed as sorrow. And you're like, what in the heck? What in the heck kind of reading is this? We start off all happy, then we go into sorrow. Well, I don't feel that this is necessarily something negative happening for you in the end of the week. I feel this is more that this new stuff is coming in for you to be excited about. So many of you Geminis have been so disappointed for so long. It's hard to believe that something good is going to come in. Or it's hard to believe, like, oh, yeah, like, it's hard to believe that, I hate to use the word your luck is changing, because I don't necessarily believe in luck. I do believe we go through cycles, but it might be hard for you to believe or accept that the cycle is changing. Or as you're beginning to become more emotionally invested in something that you're doing, whether you're becoming more invested in a romantic relationship, or whether you're becoming more invested and excited about accomplishing something in school or at work or something, you might be like, man, what if I'm getting my hopes up? What if I'm getting my hopes up? Because for a long time, Gemini, you may have gone through a cycle where you were getting your hopes up, and now you're like, man, like, what do I do? What do I do? So there could be some disappointments that you're facing from the past, and you might be having to remind yourself that you are going to be, you know, receiving. For some of you, Gemini, and this is coming from love, because the week is starting off so great, or you're having these really big, wonderful things happening, you might be really like just really running full speed. Like, awesome, this is happening. Let's go. Next level, next level. And something might happen that lets you know that, hey, you know what? We need to slow down here a little bit, right? Like, you may meet an amazing person, or your relationship may become a lot deeper. You might be like, awesome, you know, they're going to propose to me at Thanksgiving, or they're going to do this, or they're going to do that over, like, you know, this week or something. And they might say, hey, look, I really care about you, but Like, let's wait a little bit longer, or let's go to the next step more gradually. So there could be a disappointment in that way. A lot of the times with Five of Hearts or Five of Cups, there's a disappointment, but it's not all lost. They're still good. And you want to avoid this all or nothing thinking. So you want to avoid the two extremes. Some of you are like, oh, I don't know if I can accept this goodness. It seems too good to be true. And you're thinking of all of your past hurts and you're getting disappointed and you're very tempted to just cut it off and not give it a chance. Other ones of you are like, awesome, this is it. And you're running full speed. You're going 0 to 60 like instantly. And the universe might say, well, wait a minute, slow down here. Things are getting better. Things are moving forward, but one day at a time here, one foot in front of the other. So don't go to those two extremes. But for those of you experiencing that Five of Hearts energy or Five of Cups energy, I think it's because of those two extremes. So this is coming up to say, hey, here's a way that you can avoid feeling that way later in the week, right? This is coming up so that you can avoid feeling that way later in the week if you can remain balanced. We're going to see what your spirit message is for your blessing, your manifestation in this new moon energy. And, always, guys, I invite you, watch your moon sign, your rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. They might add a few little extra details. They can be very helpful. We're going to go ahead and see what's going on for our darling Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising friends for your blessing for the week. And we have a blessing on your family. This could be where some of the sorrow or sadness is, especially if you're living in a part of the world where it is the holiday season right now, or there might be holidays or festivals or things going on. So being around your family might bring you sadness, or, there might not be family members that are around right now for certain reasons. And so you might have family on your mind, or you might be wanting to have a family of your own. You might be thinking about that. So your blessing, my darlings, and feel free to come back and listen to this blessing as many times as you want. The last couple of times I used this book, a lot of people said they came back and listened to the prayer, like at night before they went to bed or in the morning when they woke up, because it made them feel like someone was praying over them. I'm all for it. If it helps you, my dears, please make use of it. Darling Gemini, when blood sings to blood, even across the miles, we hear its call. There are families who are estranged, each from the other, for they gaze upon each other as strangers, unalike, unfathomable in their personal differences. Yet, when we begin to unravel the mystery of family, we may find a place in our life where we begin to grow close again. May you see reflected in your eyes the light that shone in those that gazed down upon you as a child, a flame of courage that can be lit from within. Feel within you the unyielding strength of family members who have traveled the world in search of safe harbor for you, their descendant. However, your family has formed itself, scattered across vast distances, with interests and people and careers that seem incompatible and incredible to have sprung from the same tree. May the roots of the family now become clear to you. May you discern the strong bonds, and may the closeness of the blood give you qualities to draw upon. May there be gatherings where you begin to feel the truth of the kinship you share. And may each of you be there for each other when needy times come, as they do to us all. May there be affection, warmth, understanding of who you have been, and interests always in who you are becoming, and acceptance of who you will be. May family always be gentle to you, and provide a place to sleep, and be nourished when all else about you seems cold and without kindness. May family seem the very best in you, and draw it out, and cheer you on as you make your way through the world. May your family heal over time, for all families have their stumbling places where we falter and do not do our best. May there be blessings of warm arms about you, cheers for your success, restoration when you are weary, and acceptance when you feel you are unlike anything else in the world. May the love of family bring back to you the trust in the universe and the loving place where you can say, this is who I have come from. There are the people who know me best. This is who I will care for, and who will care for me in return. And if this family is not found in blood, may it be found in the relationships between those who are soul family to you. And may the bonds deepen and last and hold you all one to the other all the days of this beautiful and mysterious life. Blessed be Gemini. I thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I will have a new moon video posted in the next couple of days. If you feel you need a little extra encouragement right now, a little extra love, go ahead and watch the November love readings that are linked in the description, only because I channeled in those videos. I don't normally channel, or at least I didn't, and there was a lot happening in the November energies, and Spirit led me to channel. So even though it's about love and some of you don't care about love or romance right now, it is a channeled message that can bring a lot of soothing and healing. I also did a channeled full moon message for the past full moon we just had. You can check that out as well, and you can go ahead and see kind of what comes up for you there. And I will be doing more channeled videos in the next couple of days. I'll do a channeled message for December, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe and hit notification if you haven't already. And when the channeled messages get posted, you'll get a notice when those are available. I thank you all so very much for being here, my dears. I'm wishing you a fabulous week ahead.